All that is coming up in just a short while, but we now start in Mombasa, where President Uhuru Kenyatta succumbed to members of County Assembly's pressure, promising to negotiate with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission on giving them car grants. The president, who officiated the opening of MCA's retreat in Mombasa, indicated that all leaders are equally elected and should be subjected to the same benefits. But as he promised to address the MCA's plight, the president reiterated his concerns about the high public wage bill. Uhuru dashed any hopes of increasing allocation of funds to the counties and creation of ward development funds, saying the country's resources are strained. The MCAs are meeting in the coastal city to take stock of devolution of the performance of the assemblies 1 year on. KTN's senior coast reporter Ferdinand Omboni now joins us live from our Mombasa studios with the latest. Fadi, bring us up to speed with the highlights of today's session.
Good evening, Betty. You have actually summed it quite well, and I can just say that there are two sticking points from today's Day 1 summit. The first one really was on the matter of the nominations or the nominated MCAs. There's been a bill proposed actually and approved to be discussed in Parliament about the scrapping up of the nominated seats, and this generated a lot of debate with many speakers who were at the seat. They are actually giving the members of Parliament quite a number of villainous names. And indeed, Chief Justice Willy Mutunga said that devolution is the cornerstone of the new constitution, and a lot of the speakers are trying to paint members of Parliament as the exact opposite. So later on, I pulled away two members to speak on this matter. One of us, Michael Songo, a member of County Assembly from Migori County, and Captain Oruguru, who is a nominated youth representative and whose role is also in danger if that bill is passed. And I asked them the question, would they support the proposed scrapping of the posts? And this was their reaction. It's being proposed?
No. Actually, this one I vehemently oppose.
I totally disagree, and it's a disgrace.
Because I don't know whether our MPs understand the Constitution as such. Because the Constitution says the women have been given a chance for 15 years, after which they will be elected as any other. But for now, we need the women also to be represented. So the issue of replacing the nominated MP, to me, the MCAs, this is out of order.
As far as I'm concerned, we do not have resources for conducting any referendum. So what you're trying to preempt, tunaruka mbele ya ngoma. Na nilisikia mtu mmoja aliniambia rafiki yangu, na yeye anafunga kiremba ile ya mkurino. Ukuwe mkurino mwerevu, unagojea drum beat kwanza ianze, ndio uanze kucheza ngoma. Lakini uchezi ngoma kitambo drum beat ianze. Watupatie nafasi to implement hii katiba na devolution ipate mizizi, alafu waseme twende. Lakini hakuna mahali sisi tunaenda.
Betty, there are about 800 nominated MCAs, and perhaps the proponents of this motion could be pointing to that figure, to seeing it as a significant way of reducing the wage bill, while the opponents of the same say that the county assembly members or the nominated posts actually now give a leeway to the marginalized members of the community to have a say in the nation building. And I'm speaking about women, the youth, and also members with disabilities. Now, there's another sticking point also that you've mentioned to and alluded to, and that was the matter of car grants. There was a huge clamor for them to be given wages rise, and also car grants as opposed to loans that they're being subjected to. And the argument was that they are equal to the members of parliament. Say members of county assembly are not councillors, but these are people who also sit and formulate policies here. And apparently, after President Uhuru Kenyatta told them there was no way they would have their pay raises, after giving a very long and passionate plea for them to consider their priorities, at the end of it all, he actually bent his rules a little bit. This is how it went.
About 3-4 months ago, they asked me that ile mumewapatia 2 million plus 3 million all loan. They are suggesting that because it is not even equal to the grant of a car to an MP, hii ingekuwa grant tu. Na tumepatia and we have made this recommendation to Treasury as Council of Governors, we have made that recommendation. But we don't get a feedback. So we are very lucky that we are with you, the biggest man in the Republic of Kenya.
Hiyo umesema pia ni haki, kwa sababu kama itakuwa loan, iwe loan kwa kila mtu. Kama itakuwa grant, lazima iwe grant kwa kila mtu. Hiyo ni haki.
Betty, President Uhuru Kenyatta has been speaking really big on austerity, taking a 20% pay cut, ordering the members of the parastatals, the heads, to take another 20% pay cut, and saying that the wage bill needs to be cut. But if this goes through, there are about 2,000 MCAs. Now, if each of them were to receive a 3 million shilling grant, you do the math and tell me whether that works for austerity. That's 8 on day 1 from Mombasa. Betty.
Thank you very much, Ferdinand Omoni. That's quite an expensive treat, just to put it out there. But of course, thank you very much, Ferdinand Omoni, giving us the details of the MCA's devolution conference that took place today in Mombasa.